whiskey one. Sheds hit the fan and we're overrun. Sending boys in the trucks with the 50 cals. Tell every swinging dick bring extra rounds. Hang in now, boys, we're on our way. Don't send them on to heaven before we get a taste. Whoa, cry havoc, let's slit the doors and roll. What you gonna do?
And happy Sunday to you folks. Welcome back to the Double S Podcast. We are live. Hey, your neck of the woods, wherever you're tuning in tonight, let me know. Hit it in the comments. Let me know where you're at. And is it like as hot as Satan's taint in where you live as it is where I live? Because Colorado, y'all, has been on fi-fi. It's been warm. And don't even give me that it's a dry heat stuff. Yeah, it's oven hot, right? We're broiling out here. But not for nothing. Just telling my wife this a little bit ago. I'll take it. I'll take this over to cold and freezing any day of the week. Give me this here. My body doesn't ache after this. I sweat a little bit, hit some electrolytes, keep that water flowing, and everything's good. And the fishing hasn't been too horrible yet. You know, our waters here in Colorado stay pretty chill. Like hot for us right now at one of the home lakes that I fish at is about 76, 78 degrees, right? That's as cold, or that's about as warm as our water gets out here in, down in the foothills and in the metro area. So there's some bodies of water that'll heat up, but this one stays, right in that area. But for our fish, that's pretty warm, dude. Especially for smallies, our smallies out here. So it's been challenging. They're definitely running deeper. They're getting down a little bit, and they're finding that oxygen, finding that cooler water. But yeah, it's been a ton of fun. If you've been following us, you've been seeing the field op stuff that we've been throwing down. We have been busier this year than we ever have been. I'm happy to report so far to this point. The True Patriot Outfitters, Romans Warrior Foundation, man, we've been kicking along here and just getting more and more folks out. We were out today with a vet and his son. Always love doing that when we can connect families like that and get them out there on the water. Good stuff. Not a whole lot on the tournament side for me. As you know, I've been pulling away from a lot of that. But if you remember early on, the tournament scene that I did encounter and have the blessing to get involved in was the New Mexico Bass Nation Kayak outfit down there. And I have met some super, super cool folks down there, not to mention some pretty badass anglers. And the guy we got for you tonight is definitely at the top of that list. This young man is an absolute fish whisperer. He's got the touch. He knows what he's doing out there. And the thing I like so much about this young man is when I had a chance to meet him out there, he's dialed in. He's a good human being, and that means everything to me. That means he's going to go a long way. 2-time defending state champion down there as well, which against those anglers, that's no small feat, folks. I'm telling you that. Hey, before we get to that, let's go ahead and pay the bills here. Let's get this stuff down here. Of course, our prayers, thoughts are still with you, Brother Brian, as you are still on the heel and on the mend down there. This show, along with my nonprofit organization, doesn't exist without Brian Romans and the Romans Warrior Foundation. # helping is healing. Go find them out there on the socials. Give them a follow there. And you will see all the different divisions that we have. Ours is the field ops division that we manage and run for them out there. The biggest one, obviously the one we take all over this country, is the Global War on Terror's Wall of Remembrance, the @GWAT wall. If you look that up, you will see it there. Mobile memorial dedicated. It's your memorial that the Romans Warrior Foundation takes from coast to coast. You want to take your special event to that next level? Get the wall in there. 4th of July stuff. Obviously, the big holidays, those are always, sought after, so you have to book it well in advance, a solid year in advance for something like the 9/11s, the Memorial Days, the 4th of Julys. got to get in front of that, definitely to get that in there. But if you got a big town festival going on and you want to honor the vets in your community there, this is a phenomenal, phenomenal way to do so. Of course, Adam Bird and the Heroes Media Group. Without him, we don't have this platform. We don't have the audience that we absolutely enjoy and are feeling extremely blessed to be a part of. And my fellow brothers and sisters out there in the podcast world here on the Heroes Media Group. Every night, different show usually going off. Topics, resources for everyone. Go out and check out the Heroes Media Group socials. Check out the website. Look at all the different podcasts. You'll see ours on there, of course, and then you'll see all of the great ones. Brother David Willis over there at the Homefront Sit Rep, one of my personal favorites. Also, the People's Patriot Project. Love that show as well. Love those guys. Go check them out. You won't be upset. And last but not least, you haven't heard about it too much here, but we got some news I'm going to share with you real quick, and then we're going to bring in Mr. Chance Hubbard in here in just 1 second. The Patriot Borderland Kayak Series. This was kind of it was an experiment maybe this season, and it's been a phenomenal success. We've gone from New Mexico up to Kansas. We've had a couple in Kansas up there so far. And we've made the final decision here to reschedule the August 22 event that we were going to have at Mound City, Kansas. We're going to be rescheduling this because we want to make this a memorial event. And in order to do that, there's a few things that need to get into position, and we need more time. So what we're going to do is we're going to reschedule this after speaking with the family till next spring. We're going to get this in for next year. And we're going to set this thing up. I've got some people to call and get put together here, and we will have the Billy Ray Floyd Memorial event that we're going to be putting on there. So that's going to be that. So that means that the next PBKS event, we're going to double up on the prize giveaways and such. So it's going to be a phenomenal. And you know where this one's coming, folks? It's where we started this season in New Mexico. We're going to end it in New Mexico with that fantastic group down there. We're going to Ute Reservoir October 10th, going down there. Come join us when we get it up on Tourney X. Get in there. Vets, first responders, you guys are going to get in for no cost whatsoever. We are going to be connecting up with Anthony and the whole group down there to really promote the heck out of this thing and try to get as many folks from New Mexico and from Colorado, see what we can just put together for just a cool barbecue, hangout, close the season out event, man. One final, hoorah there. And we're going to give away a pile of prizes and such, dude. And we're going to remind ourselves why we love kayak fishing in the community and give thanks to our brothers and sisters that are the vets and the first responders out there. So it's going to be an awesome deal in October. And just be sticking tuned. We'll be having all kinds of cool announcements. We got some fantastic sponsors already jumping in the deal and getting there. All right, let's see here. I think that's about it. I think we paid the bills. Let's get this dude in, man, and let's go ahead and just start talking some fishing. We're going to take a break from a lot of the heavy stuff this week, and we're going to talk fishing, talk life, and everything else. And we're going to find out what his magic secret is as to how he keeps whooping people's booty and taking their money. We'll see how much he's willing to share. Let's go ahead and welcome in two-time defending New Mexico State champion, Mr. Chance Hubbard. What's happening, Brother Chance?
What's up, Mr. Gene? How you doing?
Good, dog. Good. You're in your place of business down there. You all set up in the studio, looking good. You got some fun stuff to mess with. I'm going to highlight this real fast. Yeah, look at this. You got more than just fishing, don't you?
Yep. I know one audio.
Fishing and audio. That's it.
Yep.
Awesome, dude. So, are you a New Mexico native?
Yes, I'm from Roswell originally.
Look at that. Roswell.
Yep, and then we're in Albuquerque now, so not far away.
How far is that run from Albuquerque to Roswell?
About 2.5 hours.
Not bad at all.
Not too bad.
Nah, not at all. Dude, I made that trip down to Elephant Butte when I was running down there, and I got to say, that's an easy drive. It's I-25 and just go south and just keep following it. It's and you go right by Albuquerque, at least the turnoff to go to Albuquerque.
Yep.
You go right by it. So yeah, it's pretty. The thing I liked also about that I-25 South run down there to you is there's actually cars that are on the highway Unlike some of the other roads I take in New Mexico where I don't see another human being for like 2 hours.
Yep. That's New Mexico. You got hundreds of miles in between towns.
I was telling you guys this the last time when I was in Elephant Butte. One of the other things that you have to have other than just a decent kayak, if you're going to fish that circuit down there, you got to have a good gas gauge and damn good tires because dog, you're going to be in some remote areas down there.
Yep. A lot of places don't have service. A lot of the lakes, you can't even get cell service.
Yeah. When, at what stage? Because I mean, people think Colorado, they think New Mexico, they don't immediately go to bass fishing. When did you get the bug to go bass fishing, and how did you cut your teeth basically on those waters?
So in Roswell, there's a little creek. It's like a little river. It's called the Berindo Creek. It runs right through Roswell. And I remember just taking a fishing pole out there being like, oh, we can go catch some fish over here. And sure enough, we started catching some bass on swim baits. Just like little 3-inch paddle tails, with the pre-rigged inline,
Yeah.
And man, we would do that like every day for probably like a week. And then I was like, man, this is too much fun. So I just jumped right in, man. I was watching YouTube videos every day, like how can I catch the biggest one in this little creek? It's just
that's awesome.
Yeah, and then so after that, I remember having like a little like $200 kayak and throwing it in some ponds and stuff.
So you started in kayaks, right? That's where you got your start?
Bank fishing. I was catfishing since I was a kid, but nothing like bass fishing. I think the technique of bass fishing was just like so much different, and it was so much more difficult. So I was like, man, I got to figure this out.
I love that. Yeah, you wanted the challenge.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Different than just throwing a piece of cut carp on a hook.
Carp, well, y'all bougie. We used to go grab chicken livers, dog. That's get the cheap chicken liver like $1.50, and you just get this styrofoam bowl of jank. Open it up, let it sit in the sun for a good day, and then wrap that up and sling it out there. Yep. I don't know why we never had girls around.
Crazy, huh? But yeah, I don't. That cut carp catches giants. I don't know what it is about it, but biggest fish we've ever caught, biggest cats we've ever caught, 30 to 40, just all cut carp, big pieces of cut carp. And it was it. But we used to do that when I was a kid. And then we would noodle around. But then, man, I wasn't maybe 2-3 years ago when I actually started bass fishing for the first time. I was telling you about at the creek. That was maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So not too long.
That's wild. Well, you're obviously you've got a hankering for it. You know what the hell you're doing down there. And how much would you say because I mean, we fish a lot of highland reses, right? I mean, that's basically what you have. It's what we have here. Very little to no man or nature made stuff. It's all man made, dammed up, things. How much is the knowledge and history of that water down there? How important is that to you, do you think, in the success you've found?
Not too much, honestly. You can go all over the lake, catch big fish, but it's just kind of what you're fishing, how deep you're fishing. That's what's more relative is what time of the year it is, what depth they're staying at, what cover they're pulling to. And I think that's kind of just the gist of it, because I can go all the way, by the dam, fish the same way I would up north and catch the same amount of fish, same size. But
folks, did you
my certain spots that I like that produce bigger fish, but.
And for all you guys that are new to the game here, he said something that I've seen this plays anywhere in the country. And there's something that a lot of bass anglers have a hard time with, and that is depth, right? You're looking at a guy for the first 10 years of doing it. If I was more than a cast away from shore, I was like lost. I'm like, shit, I'd send out Coast Guard. I'm too far away from the shore, right? Because that's the funny thing is there'll always be a population of bass uptight. Okay. Yep. That's what keeps so many up up beating the banks. But yeah, for size, there is a range that they pull out to, and you got to keep looking for that until you find that, the type of size. The other factor, would you agree on the fact that when it's rare that you find one big one in a pile of small ones, it's usually size, similar.
That's the only way. But I mean, aside from that, it's just isolated cover, just rocky point, sand on both sides, there's probably bigger fish sitting on that, just because they tend to just dominate one, or like a really good looking tree that's in like 8 feet of water, just
Yep.
bite. That's what I'll target for the
I
bigger.
love it. Love it. Hell yeah, dude. And that's, the 2 years. And you guys still do the state championship like we do up here in Colorado, where it's different from the Angler of the Year type thing.
Yeah.
How close have you come to getting the Angler of the Year set up with New Mexico?
Not close enough.
Gotcha.
Tournaments, I can't make every one of them. So that's mainly why. Like the next Derby that's coming up, I'm gonna miss it. Which I'm second in ALY points over there. Shout out Casey, I think he's in first. But yeah, I'm gonna miss that one. So it's something I can't prioritize.
I hear ya, dude. I mean, life gets in the way, right? You stay busy, you got family. Speaking of, are you married? You got kids?
Yep. I got a 2-year-old daughter, 2.5-year-old daughter. So between that, running this place, getting this place going.
It's crazy you got any time to go fishing.
Oh, and it's tournaments only. I don't go any fun fishing anymore.
I was gonna say, what's the fishing scene like around Albuquerque? Are there city ponds? Are there little reservoirs around there?
I mean, there's some city ponds, just insanely pressured, not very big. There's some little hidden gems that got some big bass in them. But yeah, closest thing to me is Elephant Butte, hour and 50 minutes away. So
Gotcha.
And dude, I'll go there every day of the week.
We were just talking about that off air too, brother. That place is down right now. They have been pulling it. Is that because of agriculture? Is that what they're doing? They're needing it elsewhere, and it's just not getting any rain around there.
Yep, and they said because I think it's sitting about 1.5% capacity, so pretty much 99% empty. But yeah, I think they said they're going to close it down on the 28th. They're going to stop letting water, so it'll go down to another 6-7 feet predicted, and then hope for some rain, I guess.
No kidding. Yeah, because I mean, at the start of the season, when we went to Conscious Res, it was like blowing its shores out. And I was talking to the Army Corps engineer ranger there, and I'm like, so talk to me, dude. We're already, bleeding down. It's April, whatever, we're already having problems up in Colorado. And he goes, yeah, no. I was like, where are you getting this water from? He goes, we've had record rainfall, man. He goes, no, it's just been, we were doing fine. Now, I don't know if that's been the same this whole season so far. I wonder if that's down too, but now.
I don't think so. I think Elephant Butte is the only one taking a hit. I think it's just where the lake's positioned, like where it's at, and it's a reservoir, so it's kind of its job.
Bro, that's such a shame too, because let's be honest here. I travel around, I see little communities everywhere. The Elephant Butte area is so dependent on that res.
Oh, dude, it's the whole city income right there.
And you could see the damage having low water was already causing to commerce and to the city, to the livelihoods of so many people in that area. And quite frankly, a lot of the, how do I keep this from getting political? A lot of the folks that are more concerned about, fluffy things out there, forget about the impact on people that this stuff has.
Yeah, especially
right.
They're probably like, well, no one's coming into restaurants because there's nobody going to the lake.
It hits everybody down there, and your just heart breaks when you see these little communities that you could tell, man, if this was, if there was water here and they had, the vibrant setup, this area would just blossom again. Neon lights back on, and
Oh, it would thrive, dude. If they could fill that thing back up to, where it was in the 80s or whatever it was, like 90%. Oh, they were doing bass masters there, like,
wow.
Now you can't even put a boat in there. So
yeah, no. And if you follow any of their stuff on there, you're seeing every other day there's somebody stuck on the beach somewhere because they got too damn close, with their truck and just soaked down in.
1/2 feet in 24 hours every day. For
what is it now?
I mean, just like probably 2-3 feet a day, just draining. But it's been going consistent for a month, which I mean, that's in my opinion, that's the best fishing lake we have. So,
wow.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I mean, Conscious is probably close second, but just the quality of fish that come out of Elephant Butte superior to the other lake.
That's
So,
what I've heard. I mean, when we were down there that entire week, there was the report that had come through. There's a double digit bass sit in that water.
oh, for
I
sure.
mean, and that's New Mexico, folks. I mean, it's not Florida, it's not Texas, it's not California.
Yep.
That's New Mexico, and you got a lake down there that holds that, and this ecosystem is getting decimated right now. Yeah, I don't know what could be done. I wish there was something we could partake in and help try to, but it's all the water regulation, right?
Yeah.
You guys are a high basin lake source like we are, which means we are forced to push our water downstream to the low basin states, which just sucks.
I don't think any other lake's really taken a hit like that. I think it's just the positioning of where Elephant Butte is.
What's the main river? It's the San. Is that's not the San Juan, is it?
Yeah, it's the Pecos.
The Pecos River. That's right. That's right. Navajo is the San Juan. That's what runs
Yeah.
through that up there. Yep. That was another pretty place. I gotta say, man, that was the New Mexico side of Navajo. That was a cool lake. I wish I had a week to spend down there and just to explore. What's been your experience up there? Have you had a chance to fish Navajo much?
I have never fished Navajo, but I was looking forward to it last tournament, but I just had some stuff come up, couldn't make that one. So I was like, dang.
So you lived down there your whole life and you never got a chance to get up to Navajo, huh?
Nope. I mean, not since
Wow.
starting bass fish, So
Right. Well, that's right. You said you've just got
Yeah.
in here.
Which, honestly, the only times I've really explored any other lakes is through Bass Nation. Going to doing legs at different lakes, and because I'm so used to fishing dirty water, it's crazy. I go
I
to
love.
whoa, I can see 25 feet below me.
Conscious was nutty clear, and I'll tell you, Navajo was as well. Navajo had some ridiculously clear water in it. It's like, okay, this reminds me a lot more back in Colorado. A lot of our res is,
Yep.
with that.
Which I love fishing clear water like that. I love it.
Nice. So Craig, one of our anglers up here, he posted up here. He asked him about sonar setup, forward face. Do you run live scope at all, Chance?
Not at all.
Nope.
No, I just don't. I don't have the build for it. Like, because I got the 127, the SS, but it should be too much on my kayak, and I feel like I would just get too into it. So I try to not get involved, and
I don't blame you.
I would be too hyper focused on it.
I
But,
would not be back using it again if I wasn't doing the guided trips, right?
Yeah.
I had it, got rid of it, had it, got rid of it. I went back and forth, had this fight, and then talking to one of the anglers out here, he made a statement to me one time, Matt Collins, and he had just said, he goes, you think about it, you have limited time to get on fish, man, when you take people out, because we're not going for a full day, right? And he made a good point there, and so I went ahead and sucked it up and got it before last season started, and I really sat down on it this year and put my brain power to it, and now I think I understand it much cleaner.
yeah. But don't get me wrong. It's a great tool. Like if you go ahead, I would just, especially in tournament scenarios, I would just trust my mind more than I would me being able to locate fish and catch fish of good quality.
Yeah. One of the things I do that because I have to stay true to the nature of how I fish, I don't even turn the thing on until I get in an area that I want to look at something. I was actually out. We were at I think we were at Navajo, and we were fishing around. Corey and I, she was kind of giving me the lay of the land down there on my first day of fishing. And we were running around a little bit, and we're poking around doing some practice. And she's like, "What's the water temp?" And I'm like, "I don't even have my gear on. I don't know. I'm just I'm looking at stuff and I'm fishing things." And she started laughing. She goes, you got that stupid setup. You don't even have it on." I was like, "No, let me throw it in the water and I'll see what's going on with it." Because I run it for the sole purpose of, are there fish here? If no, I need to move until I get people on fish. Because if I fish with it, I fish slower, and honestly, because I stop at everything I see moving, going, I wonder what that is, and I look at too much shit as opposed to the important stuff,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So,
That's kind of, I completely agree. I just trust myself to visually go fish, even if I'm fishing 30 feet off a drop off or something,
Yep.
just because I just feel more confident that way at least. But you know,
traditional sonar still. That's the main thing you're running there.
I run a 7-inch Garmin, the Ultra HD side scan, down scan, which I utilize those. Don't get me wrong, all the time.
That's awesome.
I don't, because it's just a tool at the end of the day. So finding those drop offs, finding rock piles with side scan, going down some pebble rock banks and seeing some fish up on there.
Love it, dude.
I use it all the time, but I just don't. I haven't committed myself to the forward facing sonar game.
I don't yet. I don't think you need to. You're picking off the right ones. So you win this year's state championship, and this year was at Elephant Butte. Is that right?
Yep, it was my home lake.
Yep.
So,
and last year, where was it at?
It was at Santa Rosa, which that was probably the worst day of fishing I've ever experienced.
Where the hell's Santa Rosa?
It's about an hour and a half from Albuquerque, hour and 20 minutes, maybe. So, but it's that was also another dirty water lake too, which I don't know what was up with that tournament, but it was a 2-day event, and I won with 68 inches over 2 days in total. 5 fish.
Good Lord. 2 days of fishing and only 5 fish.
Oh, second place, Matt Ramey got 2 fish.
Good night. That thing was just like dead, and you guys just had to strap it out, huh?
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, you're going all day without a bite. Half the leaderboard didn't catch a fish in 2 days.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I mean, I caught one like 14, because I'm talking like, dude, we're catching, biggest fish was 14 inches. Like, you can't even catch a good one.
So no surprising that Santa Rosa wasn't on the schedule again this year.
Oh, but let me tell you, that lake has been fishing incredibly well this year. I think it was a condition lineup with the water being so high. Yeah, there would just be about a 20-minute bite window. I remember day one, I caught 1 fish, and then right like earlier, maybe like 11 o'clock, and then right before lines out, I was fishing right next to the boat ramp, just flipped in this little tree and caught another 12. So I had 2 fish on day one. I was like, oh, I'm done. Like, there's no way I'm competing. And I was the only one that caught 2 fish on the first day.
I was going to say, what's going on in your mind, dude, when you have a day like that? You don't know what the rest of the leaderboard. You're expecting somebody's been sandbagging or whatever. Yep. You go back, and when did you realize? Were you picking it up at the ramp, hearing some guys, or did you wait till the captain's meeting and see those results? Going, oh shit.
Well, it kind of started unfolding because it was super windy too. Both days it was real windy. So, we're all dragging our kayaks up, and everyone's like, man, I didn't catch a single fish. Or I asked somebody, I'm like, how many did you get? Like, 113, 112. And then I'm started asking around. The most I heard all day was 1 fish. And I was like, okay.
Huh. Well, all right.
And so, yeah, I mean, half the board didn't catch a fish first day. I think there was 5 others that had 1 fish on day 1 as well. So going into day 2, I was already up, I think, 13 inches. So that was already a big edge, because if the bite's that tough, it's just that tough.
That's damn near 2 fish when it's fishing like that.
Dude, it's probably 3.
Right.
But, yeah, I remember day 2 going out there, and I didn't go to my first spot. I went to a completely different area because it was going to be windy going into the spot. So I didn't even want to risk coming all the way back across the lake in the middle of the afternoon. So I just found some shallow flats with like some grass sticking out. And then I would find just like a couple actual tree branches sticking out. And I'm talking like 1.5 feet of water, just like on a little flat off the main body.
Wow.
I caught all 3 of my fish in about 15 minutes at about 8:30 in the morning. I'm talking 12s.
Wow.
Barely getting over minimum. And I caught 3 in about 15 minutes, and that was it. Didn't catch another fish all day for the next 7 hours.
That's tough fishing, man.
So, I mean, I was hoping that those 3 got it done for me, which it did. But I had 2 fish that were 11.75 that I just could not stretch. And I was like, man, these
you're squeezing him down.
Sitting there just like messing, couldn't do it. So I'm like, man, but it was crazy. And then this year it was at Elephant Butte, which I felt significantly more comfortable because that was the first time I fished Santa Rosa.
Oh, wow. So we got Tommy Salisbury here. Got a great question here. Basically, is the day before practice, is how important is that to you when you go into a new body or even a body of water that you think you know? Do you get a chance to get in the day before?
I try to. If we're doing a bigger tournament, more people for sure. State, for instance, I will go out the day before, at least in the morning time, because that's where you typically build the biggest bag. At least for me, first thing in the morning. So I'll go out first thing in the morning, and I'll just find, eliminate dead water. Be like, okay.
I was going to say, how much fishing do you do on that day? Like
Um,
actual fish pulling them in type thing.
Not much. I mean, I'll cast some areas, and if I'm getting bit, I'll kind of just shake them off. I mean, obviously, if I have to reel them, but I'll try to just shake them off. Just figure out where these fish are setting up at, what depth they're sitting, what structure they're relating to, and just stuff like that. I mean, it's not really that crazy. It's just kind of figuring out where there's populations of fish and where is just water. Where it's just, this isn't even. I'm not even going to go in this area. So I think just that. I mean, I will do some fishing, but yeah, just really figuring out where, like, if I'm seeing trees in the water and I'm flipping trees on practice and I'm getting bit, I'm obviously not setting them. But
Yep.
if I'm getting thumped in the trees, then I'll pull out, go see if they're sitting on the points. Be like, okay, I know that they're relating to trees, or I'll go in there, flip 8 trees, not find a single fish, and I'm like, okay, not fishing trees tomorrow, or just kind of figuring it out like that.
Not fishing them primarily, at least, right?
Yeah. Just figuring out where they're at and if they're there or not.
Very cool. Yeah, and so if you have a chance, and is it one day of practice usually for you? I mean, most of the water down there isn't really that big that it requires multiple days, right?
Yeah, I mean, dude, that's just how I go to. I just try to find dead water, eliminate it, or because I can't tell you how many times I go practice, I'm super confident, go to tournament, not anywhere to be found. Where I caught or was getting hit 5 times the 12 hours, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
So,
especially when you're dealing with smallmouth, dude, they are such a nomadic breed, man, that they just take off, where you think, yeah. Ask any angler that fishes lacrosse on the regular lacrosse, Minnesota on the river, and they will tell you if your game plan is smallmouth bass to try to win that tournament, you will invent syllables in new cuss words. I mean, it is those fish down there, those smallmouth down there. Now, let me tell you though, when you do find them and hook up on them, they are long and mean. In the kayak game, it's super good. In the bass game, they're real skinny. So you got to, find the right ones. But yeah, the smallies can be real fickle like that for sure. Hey, we got brother Brian here, who from the Romans Warrior Foundation. Kick in. Love you, buddy. Keep taking the fight. You are in America. Thank you so much, Brian. I appreciate those words, brother. This guy right here, Chance, just so you know, early on when I still had a fishing business, I still had my bass boat. I was still planning to, the name of the game was to hit the AAAs, right? I was going to hit the Toyota series and start running that around the country, 2-3 divisions. And I knew I wanted to get into the nonprofit game. And I had a chance. I came across Mr. Brian Romans at an event here in Colorado. And it took pretty much 1 or 2 conversations. Next thing I know, they had another stop here. I bring my rig and everything up to that stop to hang out with him for the day. He gets freaking COVID when he's out here. It's like, what the hell? He's living in Indiana at the time, and he's out here doing this, amazing work. Poor guy gets COVID. So we chat, and by the time he left, I had already kind of figured out that, I know what I need to be doing, and it's not what I thought I needed to be doing. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're related somewhere down the line there. I found a long-lost brother, and so, yeah. Always good to see him there. Mr. Gordon, appreciate you, man, tuning in. He was giving us a look for one of the things we said, probably the Elephant Butte stuff. But, yeah, man, so getting back to the fishing thing here, you've barely, you haven't been doing a ton of this. What is probably for you been, first off, based on, so you put these techniques and such to work in the waters down there. You see people online. I always found that it seems like most of the stuff that's being talked about in the magazines and the stuff that goes online is either like a season ahead of us or it's a season behind us or whatever. It's like, yeah, I'll get to that eventually. I'm still in spawn and you guys are talking about dog days of summer shit.
Yeah.
What's been the least helpful stuff that that you've picked up that just quite frankly you don't use that often here? What do you think that might be for you? I know I'm putting you on the spot, but just stuff that hasn't really applied so well.
Worm fishing. I mean, dude. Usually, Senkos or like just dragging Texas rigs around, dude. I don't know, because the fisheries, it's either like 1 year they're on it, 1 year they're not.
That's a tough thing to do in these Highland reses, man. It just isn't consistent.
Yeah, but now the finesse worms, like one thing I picked up that I've caught so many more fish this year is a Nico rig.
Yep.
Take one of those, give you some juice here. Some of those Magnum hit worms from Berkeley. Oh yeah, the Max Sense. And dude, Nico rig those. If I'm having a tough day on the water on a tournament, I'll go find me a marina, that Nico rig, and fill up.
Right now, my brother from another mother, my very good buddy, Mr. Marty Hughes, is grinning from ear to ear hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
He has taken that Nico rig to new levels, man. I mean, that's he can catch fish in a bathtub with a Nico rig. And so, yeah, I'm sure he's loving to hear that.
Yeah, that's been one bait that I've thrown more than I ever have in my whole life this year. That and dragging a jig in 25 feet of water. I've smoked them on that.
You still, yeah. And see, this is what I tell people. They look at my jig collection and they're like, man, you have a lot of jigs for being in Colorado. I'm like, it is the most versatile bait. I don't get the results out here that I would like to get on them. And it's probably my fault, right? I probably break from it. Now that I've accepted the world of finesse as a tool in my arsenal, I've worked my way to drop shotting and Ned rig and such. Ned rig is probably my go-to. I do almost some shaky head stuff with it though, a lot. I change up the head I use a lot. I change up how I present it. It just depends on what I'm doing, and it helps my brain because I don't know about you, dog, but I cannot fish slow. I just can't do it. I don't have the patience for it. I hear guys talk about it. You got to kill it and let it sit there. And I'm like, I fucking can't.
You best believe I'm sitting on my kayak like this. Dude, waiting for that. That's, dude. Because, I mean, the middle of the day, dude, there is, could catch them cranking, but when it's that hot, I'm talking, I think our last tournament was 102 out there.
Oh, yeah. It was warm down there.
They're not going to be sitting in the, throw deep diving cranks, probably fire up a school, but dude, just dragging something slow on the bottom has just been money for me this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Whether it's a little tiny finesse jig with like the little Great Lakes finesse crawls.
Yep.
Throw that on like a little bitsy bug jig, go drag that, hop it around on some spinning gear, and produces so many more bites than a full-size jig.
I love the fact that the bitsy bug there. Strike King still getting it done, dude. I mean, people
those Great Lakes finesse crawls, they're twins.
People get so caught up in all the name brand, fancy stuff they see on YouTube or whatever. Dude, Strike King still gets the job done. They just flat out do. They build good baits, man. They just, I personally have, I've got some things of theirs I'm not a big fan of or whatever, but yeah, I still have some Strike King jigs. I got,
S jigs. I'm all over the Strike. Those bitsy bugs are hard to beat, dude.
Yep.
Ratio, it's like once you do hook them, I swear they don't come off.
Another thing Strike King does on the munch down is their little buzz bait. Dude, that is the ultimate to me. That little buzz bait they make in that dinky size. There's times where I'll put that thing on a spin cast reel and I will skip that right into the middle of trees and pull that thing through there and just get smoked. Bull Shoals, that was how I put together a limit going to Bull Shoals. I'd never been there. I started getting on this brush pile bite, and literally I was going down the bank, skipping into the most gnarly shit you could find on pure braid, and just pulling this little Strike King buzzbait back through it. Yeah, they do a good job at toning. You figure they got a few anglers on board Strike King's name. They might know
Yeah.
what they're doing, right?
Yeah. Might have been doing this a little bit.
Exactly. For
Yeah.
sure.
Those little-
Brick, I don't know exactly if that's English that you're using right there. I don't know what you're referring to. A is just a heavy crawfish gene. What he's been drinking again. He's got to be. I don't know what he's talking about here. Explain. Use more words, Brick. What are you getting at? He's from Arkansas, Chance. You got to forgive him a little bit there.
Rock, dude. I know.
So Roswell is, how close are you to Texas there? This is the other thing. It's not that far, is it?
I think it's about 6 hours.
Oh, is it really that far
Yeah.
away?
I mean, I drove from Roswell to OHIV in West Texas, and it was about 6 hours. And I know that's not too far off the border, so maybe about 5 hours.
But what about the little panhandle of Texas down there by Carlsbad? How far is because isn't that, I mean, you get down to Carlsbad and then you
No,
got
the closest thing to Texas is Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
That was right next to El Paso.
Yeah.
That's as close as we are, but from Roswell, it's a little further out.
Gotcha. I can't remember, did you make it to you did make it to Carlsbad, didn't you?
Yep. I think
Yeah.
I third with 84 inches or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
I missed a freaking giant. Still think about it.
it haunts you, huh?
Oh, dude, I flipped up on a rock, set the hook, saw her whole body turn sideways in the water, and then my bait just came flying back to me, and then I flipped 10 feet down the bank and caught a 20 and a half. So I was like, man, if I would have caught those both,
It'd have been lights out.
yeah, dude, I still, because I mean, I just remember seeing like the whole body in the water just turning sideways, and I was like, oh, that was
My
a
goodness.
dirt shallow.
Yeah. Dude, that was a cool place. I came down there. I made that drive. It's like 9-hour run. I got down there from here. So I have now traversed the entire state of New Mexico, north to south. And I got down there and I brought just my older kayak with me. No electronics, no nothing, right? I just a trolling motor was all I put on there. And I absolutely loved it, dude. I got down, I can't remember what the name of it was. It was a section of river just beneath the town. What's that?
I think it's the Pecos.
Yeah, but there's a section they call that area down there.
Is it 6 Mile or something?
Yes, 6 Mile. Yes, that's it. So I got into 6 Mile down there and just, ran up and down that thing, man, and went to work.
Yep.
I thought so Anthony was in there as well, and Jonathan was in there. There's another guy. I thought we were going to have a day, dude, because practice the day before, she was fishing pretty good. I mean, I shook off a lot of fish. Got to the point where I just put the screw lock head on, so it had no hook. Yeah. And I had just put a little soft plastic on there and was playing around like that. And, dude, I shook off a lot of fish in practice. And on tournament day, bro, ghost town. I don't know if they all grabbed their bag and their little stick with the bandana on it and left town or what the deal was, bro. But, yeah. And Anthony, same thing. We were just tough fishing down there. One of the dudes that was in there in practice made it to like 10:30 or whatever, and then he bailed. He actually just loaded up and went to a different area. Yep. And I was like, wow. But yeah.
Around that, like me and Matt Ramey have fished Carlsbad a few times because it was the Road Runner. So there was a few different bodies of water. And so me and Matt fished the same body of water, which just seemed to produce the bigger fish. I know he had something like 88 inches. So I
was going to say, he knows a thing or two about that area.
Yeah. So there's like two key areas in the body of water that we went to. There's two really key areas. And so he calls me. I'm already at one of them. He calls me. He's like, which spot are you at so I can go to the other one? So, and then we ended up just like flip-flopping. But yeah, he ended up
so cool.
Big 7-6 pounders on a frog. But in the middle of the day, I wouldn't have thought. So
love it. Yeah, that old Ramey, he's pretty squirrely in that area. He's squirrely anywhere he goes. Homeboy can catch some fish, man. He knows what he's doing.
Yep. He's always in the back of your mind. So
exactly. Did you get a chance to come up most recently to that Trinidad thing? Did you come up and do that? Yeah, I didn't either. I wanted to, but we had some
I, did,
prior,
I
prior
didn't do
stuff.
the tournament either for Conscious, but I am going to do the Team Ute tournament. That's going to be fun.
Oh, the team Ute
Yeah.
tournament. When is that now? August.
End of the 18th, I believe.
Very
So,
cool.
a couple
Very
weekends.
cool. Now, and then the club championship is the Conscious Ute combo. Are you going to come down and do that one?
Yep, I'll do that one.
Sweet.
I need to get
Yeah.
better at lakes too, man. I don't fish them enough.
You should reach out to Anthony. We're trying to we're thinking about doing like possibly an Airbnb in Tucumcari, so we're right in between the two lakes.
Yep.
And that way we can just, day one we can run up there, day two we can run that way. So yeah, hit him up, dude. That'd be cool to hang out down there and chop it up, get some good chow, and see what the hell we can do down there. That'd be a lot of fun. I've only seen the north side of Conscious. I've never been to the South Shore to check it out.
Up the river is where it's at, apparently.
Yep. I liked the area up there. It was very comfy.
That lake is
It really is. Yeah. And they got some fantastic campgrounds there. That was really, really cool to see. Saw my first ever in the wild roadrunner.
Yep.
He's hanging around the shower house, running around there.
I see him running through the middle of the road in Albuquerque, dude.
I was gonna say, yeah, you guys haven't, dude. I'm a grown ass man, and I'll tell you, the first time I looked him inside my head, I went meep. I mean, it was just common, just normal for me in my head. I was like, there he is, looking for the coyote.
Yep. I always see them with lizards in their mouth too.
Oh, no kidding.
But yeah, those two are big.
They're super fast, super fast.
Mm-hmm.
So cool, man. So you got a wife and kids. You got a good job there, been a career. Now, did you go to school for this, or is this just something you learned over time?
Yep, I went to an audio engineering school in Tempe, Arizona. So I did that, and then I was in New York for like 3 years, and then I went to Los Angeles for about 3 years. I was just doing like recording, mixing for a lot of labels out there. So brought it back here, started doing my own. Like I had my own spot. I was really just mixing, doing a lot of audio mixing, and picked up the old spinning rod, and here we are.
What is it about Albuquerque that keeps you there with your family and such? Is it family connection? Is it you just love the area? What is it about Albuquerque? Because I mean, it's kind of like an oasis, right? It's this big ass city in the middle of nada.
Yep, just an opportunity for what I do for work too, and yeah, we got family. My fiance's family lives here. My family's 2.5 hours away, so it's way better than anywhere else.
Yeah. And for a guy that loves to fish, you're okay with the Highland Res game.
That's what I like.
Nice. Good stuff. I'm just now coming to like, okay, fine. This is what I'll fish. I figure I'm not going to go anywhere. It's same with us. We got family out here, so I'm not leaving. So I got to get used to this stuff out here. Now, do you have a pedal drive in your
Run
power?
the Kayak Tarova, the Minn Kota.
Gotcha.
Which has done, dude. I've hit some gnarly rocks and trees in that thing. It's going strong. Plenty of line wrapped around it. The thing's a tank.
So we have a lot of smaller lakes around the metro area that I find myself needing a pedal system because a lot of them I can't get electric motors on, they won't allow that. Or a lot of them I got to kind of hump back into the, distance to get to it. And I don't want to try to haul this barge that I have, loaded to the nines. Do you run into that much, or is it you just don't get a chance to get out that much? So,
no, I don't really run into that problem. Anyway, any lakes that we go to here, it's all running the motor.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
I don't ever find a reason. We're not doing like real up the river fishing and stuff. Yeah, the motor works pretty well.
Awesome. What's the furthest away? So you went to the national championship last. Would have been what, in March? Was it?
Yep.
Where was that again?
That was at Chickamauga and Nickajack Lake.
How'd that go, dude? Talk to me about that. How'd that go? That is not a Highland Res, Chance.
No, that is a river system this is all river systems get, dude. But it was good. I mean, I ended up, I think, like 40th out of like 160 something. So I didn't do bad. But I was figuring them out all because I did like 4 days of practice. So we were out there just fishing around, and I was hooking into like a 6-pounder every day. It's like, okay, this will work. Come tournament day, go to my spots. It was like a lot of grass flats, like on the edges of grass flats. Those big girls would stage up for pre-spawn. You could find them sitting there. And 3 hours in, I didn't have a single fish on day one. I'm like,
son of a.
Dude, I just cut up a creek arm all the way up. Found some really good like chunky rock areas with a lot of docks up these like little creek arms. And dude, I was just throwing a jig around under some docks on some chunk rock, and ended up putting, I think, like 86 inches down on day one. And I had no idea what I was doing for day two, and went right back and did the same thing. I think for like another mid 80s bag. But yeah, I think we ended up top 25. So I think I'll have to double check on that. I think it was top 25, top 30, something like that. But I was happy with it because, man, I had never fished a river system like that ever.
Yeah, that's a completely different critter. You know, you gotta, and that's the funny thing. You talk 86, and where were you sitting after day one with 86?
I think like 38th.
Yeah. You know, and it's like 86 out here, and it's like you're walking away with, I mean, you could damn near barely show up for day two.
A bunch of just 17s and a couple 16s, and man, these guys top 5 all had over 100 inches.
Yeah.
Which I think the guy that got first, he was like below the dam of Nickajack, sitting on some some river fisherman would only know. You know.
Well, and I think he was from Florida, so chances are he's probably been up in that area before, and got a little bit of history there for sure.
Yeah,
that's the hard thing for us out west, right? I mean, is that when they hold these things like this year's Natty in October, are you gonna get a chance to get to that one?
I don't even want to drive that far, dude.
Yeah.
I 5 hours to Chickamauga, and I'm not driving 30.
Yeah.
There's a lot, and like you got to think about, that's a lot of time away from family, time away from work, time away from just.
Yeah. Let me tell you, take it from an old guy. You're making the right call. You're making the right decision, because as much as we love this sport / hobby, unfortunately, no matter what we do, it will not be life-changing. Will it give us cool memories? Yes, but are there other ways to do it that are less expensive and less taxing on you? Yeah. 100% there are, right? Yeah. So, yeah, our state champ out here as well, Jason Lovell, he can't make that run. He's not going to make that run.
If it was more centralized in the States, I would do it, but I can't drive all the way to South Carolina.
When they start bringing them back to the Midwest, get them into Oklahoma, Texas, that sort of thing, all right, now we can talk, right?
Yeah, because that's just too much. Like, even Adam Milstead, I think he got 4th. He's from Pennsylvania, really good kayak angler. Met him out at Chickamauga, and I think he ended up at 4th. Went home with, I think, $2,500, and he said I got 4th in the national championship. Went home with 200 or 2,000. He said he felt defeated. In other words, he was like, "Yeah, I'm just, it wasn't worth it for me, for PTO and time away from the family, for you to do that well and not get that much in return."
That's the real story here, that you try to tell. I don't want to blast anybody's dream, right? But I don't want to be the guy throwing salt on your steak right now. But unfortunately, the reality is what it is, and take it from people that have been doing this shit for a long time. Dude, I went and faced off against 300 other anglers in my bass boat at Old Hickory in Tennessee for the ABA National Championship. I won my way into that thing, coming out of Minnesota, going against some just gnarly hooks down there, and got a chance to get down there. And it was a cool experience, but I'll tell you this. The amount of money that I spent going down there, staying for as long as I stayed, dealing with all the co-anglers that I had to deal with, 3 days of fishing at this massive, deal, 3 days of competition. It was hands down the biggest event I've ever been in. And I can sit there and tell you stories about, where, like one of these, just fun fishing trips that I have just as many good memories, or stories of me going to Missouri and spending a quarter of the expense, right, to go there and fish some beautiful. I love the Ozarks personally. They always kick my ass, but I love it out there. But yeah, so it's like I realized at that point that yeah, this is cool, but man, there's a price tag that comes with this.
It really is. Which, don't get me wrong, like the whole experience of that, kayak national championship was unbelievable. But it's just expensive, dude. Like,
yeah,
it is, especially if you're going alone. So,
see, and that's the worst thing to do. The best way you can do that kind of stuff is when you hook up with multiple people.
yeah,
Then you can split 2 and 3 ways. Like I got a real good buddy, part of the TPO, Stony Floyd. You probably have heard his name. He's Stoney's no stranger to the kayak game. He travels with a buddy, and they split gas, they split hotel, and so that it makes it easier to travel the national scene when you're doing that.
yeah. Which I was the only one that qualified for last year, so I was on my own up there.
Yep.
But I mean, just like you got to think, 25 hours of gas one way. Got to talk about Airbnbs, food, fishing gear. You're thousands in.
Easy.
Thousands. Yeah. And for the odds that you even have fourth, but it's still down a lot, even though you got top 5. But nonetheless, then and the experience itself was amazing. But
cool to do the first time, but those second and third time, no, we need receipts now.
Yep.
Unless
nationals is at Elephant Butte, I'm not going.
Right. Love it, dude. Let's get some water back in there, then we might be able to get it back. I seriously do. I mean, that hurts my feelings a lot. That hits me right in the feels, dude, because after being down in Elephant Butte, seeing that cool body of water, having a fun time down there. Day 2 kicked my tail. Day 1 was a blast. But actually, day 1 was the benefit tournament, and then day 2 was the state champ. Yeah, so on the state championship, I couldn't find anything that I found on day 1 whatsoever. Not even
fish that I pulled out of that lake on day or on state.
Wow.
First, 6:30. It was a 23.5. So I was like, great start to the morning.
Well, during Saturday also, you caught that monster ass catfish too, didn't you?
Cat on a 3-inch paddle tail underspin. I just went, and then it was just like.
Talk to me about that. What did that thing end up being? Where, how did it? You're looking for bass, and then you find a dinosaur.
Yeah. So pretty much, it was the end of the day. It was like 2:00. I'd caught like maybe like 5 white bass over 14 inches. So I was doing pretty good placement wise, at least for the Zia tournament. Which I was like, cool. Like if I catch a big largemouth, even better. But I came over to in the back of kind of by Rock Canyon. I don't know if you're familiar, but there's a big line of tires that sits, and it was just out there by itself. It wasn't like protecting the wake or the wake zone. So I just saw it out there, and I was throwing an underspin around, just right under the tires, maybe 2 feet down in the water, and yeah, it was crazy. I just kind of, it was 30 minutes till lines out, and I was like just kind of messing around. It was windy.
Going through the motions.
Yeah, I was just sitting there on my kayak, just kind of casting parallel with it. And dude, I felt like my line kind of jumped at me, and I was like, what was that? And then sure enough, it hit it again. Dude, all the way down. I was just, and I was throwing it on a medium fast action bait caster. So my 10-pound line, I was just like, and then I pick it back up, and then all the way back down, dude, for about 10 minutes.
I was going to say, they have stamina for days, catfish do, man. They just don't tire out.
Dude, I was just holding him, like, up, because my rod was straight in.
You're waiting for the cracking sound, right?
And he would take my drag down, and then I would just reel down, and then I would just pick him up. Dude, it was so heavy. It was unbelievable. I didn't know how big it was because that water's so dirty until he was out on top. Getting that thing in my kayak, dude, I called Anthony. I was like, I can't measure this thing in my kayak. Can I do it on this little dock over here? Just like holding it, like both hands.
What did that thing end up? Because you took it back to the marina so you could get it weighed. What did it end up being weighing?
like a little dock area right there. But I had a
Oh, yeah.
I had a
Oh,
scale,
nice.
19 pounds, dude. It was
That's
big.
insane.
Yeah, big cat. Lucky.
I had about a 15-pounder take me through the weeds at Wilson Lake in Kansas and just put me on a catfish rodeo, dude, because he went flying towards my front motor and I had to turn off spot lock because I didn't want to wrap the line up right.
Yep.
He hit my motor and I watched my motor boom jump up as he went underneath the boat. And yeah, so when I took that spot lock off, he pulled me right into the cattails. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I'd only been in a kayak for like 3 events to that point. And I'm thinking, I'm going to like this. This is it's a lot of fun. I've never seen a jig take off that fast before. I pitched it in and all of a sudden, poof, it was gone.
Yeah. Well, dude, my first thought was it was a striper.
Oh, yeah.
But I guess it was just a big old blue cat just suspended under the tires. But yeah, it was crazy. I thought at first it was a big largemouth because it just like kind of took it down, and then I picked him up and I felt how heavy it was. I was like, "That's not a largemouth."
There's no way.
No. So I was like, striper maybe, and the way it was just kind of going straight down, and then I would just kind of blow pulling back up. I was like, it's just a big old catfish.
Are there any other regional events other than New Mexico Bass Nation Kayak? Do you get involved in anything like around Arizona, Texas? Do you jump into any of those ever, or is it just kind of when you can type thing?
Yeah, I know. I've done a couple of Texas bass. I know we won in conjunction with them this year too with New Mexico Bass, or I think it was the West Texas Kayak.
Yeah.
But yeah, Texas is definitely the next best option there just because they have better fisheries.
I was going to say, is there much in Arizona, dude? Especially not on the east side of Arizona. Probably not.
About it, from what I know.
And that's a haul even from where you're at.
Nope. I go to San. It's about an hour and a half. Elephant Butte's about an hour and a half. I think Fort Sumner's about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Here, so.
Yeah. It Havasu just look like a very big version of stuff I already fish. And it's like, I don't know, man. There's got to be a hell of a good reason for me to go to Havasu.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I'll do the bass stuff here, and then I'll do the derby every month in Elephant Butte.
Oh yeah, with Manny down there.
Yep,
yeah, hang on. Where? Oh yeah, sitting. You can't. Yeah, right back there. That's my little 5th place. Yeah, I got in the one that I jumped in with them there. Yeah, I got me some I guess software. It's wood, so it's kind of hardware. Yeah, man. No, Manny's a good dude. That was a lot of fun. I wish I could get down to that neck of the woods a lot more. But
they're always so fun. There's always some crazy bags. I think Brandon Huff had 88 inches this last.
Wow.
Oh, and it was a tough day of fishing. He just produced just some really big bites and put the hammer. I think he won by 12 inches or 10 inches.
Good Lord, a whole fish.
Yeah, it was just he had it dialed in.
Yep. Well, that's cool, man. I'm looking forward to the fall stuff coming down. There's September. We're going to be coming down. We got the state championship down in New Mexico, which is going to be Conscious Res and Utah Res or Ute Res. Between the two, it's a 2-day event. That's going to be a blast. And then we're going to close. The PBKS is going to close out there in October, the second weekend in October. Dude, if you can, need to get you out to this. It is a chance to come out. And yeah, we compete, if you will, on Saturday. But it is the stuff you're going to remember is around the campfire, hearing these guys, the stories that get flying. It is just such a blast to just come together with no pressure whatsoever. It's just fun, dude. It's just a hangout, chopping it up. And yeah, especially when you start, get a few barley pops floating with some of these guys and the jokes that get flying, the stories, good God, if Uncle Billy can make it there, that's going to be a huge deal. Anthony, if you're listening, buddy, make sure Uncle Billy can make it again. 'Cause he was a riot, to have that guy around camp. And yeah, man, would love to, like I said, love to hang out with you there. We're going to be getting the campsites lined up. Going to try to get 2 or 3 of them for this one. And so then if people are tent camping, or if you're in, so a lot of guys will just camp down on the beachhead again, I'm sure. But actually, no, scratch that. This is for that chamber. Yeah, that's the PBKS one that we're doing at Ute. So I don't even know much about that campground area down there. I'm going to trust Anthony and Ross and those guys to really.
They know that well, dude.
Yeah, we'll trust them to get us in the right spot there. To get lined up. Well, cool, man. So that's what's the rest of your season look like here for fishing goes until you actually last question, no, really, how many months a year down there can you honestly get out on, the lakes and such with your kayak? Can you go 12 months down there, or because it rarely ever freezes completely over, right?
Get in there year round.
That is so cool.
Water, but it's not year round. You can fish in the middle of December if you want to.
We do out here. We go out and jump on waters, but for us, the only place we can really go, is head way south down to like Pueblo. That's 2.5 hours for me.
Yep. Last year, I think it was the middle of January, and we're talking low 30s, but 70s in the daytime. So I mean, it's not cold waters, sub 40, but you can still get out there and get on them.
Yep. I personally enjoy the challenge because I've never had an opportunity to truly winter fish, right? To test my skills at changing up my bait presentations and how and where I'm looking. I want more of a chance to get out and truly winter fish. The thing that I'm a big puss about these days is I just don't like being cold. Yeah. So I have a great ice suit that I wear. As long as I can keep my feet warm. Yep. That's all I care about. Keep my feet warm. The rest of it I can warm up.
Yep. And I don't know, man. Winter fishing is tough. I went a couple of times this last year, and I was like, ducking fishing all day, catch one, maybe.
Right. Yeah.
Dead sticking jig for 10 seconds at a time.
I'm hoping. I'm actually thinking about getting into build my own jigs and such. So I can start pouring, different jig heads like Ned heads and things that I want to pour. That way I can use eagle claw hooks the way I want to, the right hooks that I want to use. And so, yeah, I'm actually thinking of picking that up. And between that and building rods and learning that skill there, it's like, yeah, that's my winter. And do a lot of podcasting interviews, and then we'll be ready to go and start traveling to get back out there again come March, Yep.
I will say a jig, though, has been a staple for me this year.
I love it, dude.
Yeah, it's the dirty jigs, like 3/4 ounce.
Football casting, what kind?
Football, and with the chunky D-bomb trailers, I think. Is that what it is?
From Missile?
Yeah.
The D-bombs? Yeah. Dude, I just killed with D-bombs out at Clear Lake when I had a chance to go there.
Yep, the Missile bait, dude, those are some of the best jig trailers. Dude, it's crazy because those trees that we have at the butte, they're not very dense. So it's just very sparse. Oh, dude, I'll flip those half-ounce football jigs in there. Man, I caught 4 4-pounders a couple weeks ago. Just in the trees, I would flip a football jig in the tree and just let it fall. And, dude, pick my line up and just.
See, I love hearing the fact that you fish football jigs in more versatile areas.
Yeah.
I was throwing a football jig into the brush at Clear Lake, California, just 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
And yeah, catching fish out of it, dude. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, football jig has a lot more areas to throw than just on rocky bottoms, dude. You can do a lot with a football jig depending on size and such.
Yep. I mean, dude, I was flipping trees with it all day long.
That is so cool.
And I never got one time, not once. So I mean, I was like, man, it's working.
I'm telling you, we got to plan a trip, man. I was talking to Anthony about this to take some guys. We need to get a small convoy together. Have you boys come up here, stop depot at my place for the night, crash here, and then we get on the road and start our 12-hour run, hit a hotel, and then finish it off because it's 19 hours from my house. But I'm telling you, as a bass angler, you have to get to Clear Lake at least once in your lifetime. It is unlike any other body of water that I have ever seen or heard of. Normally, bro, I build these things up in my head, and when I get there, the stuff lets me down because I've put so much pressure.
Yeah.
I didn't even come close to what this place, especially the reason I say you guys is because New Mexico anglers and Colorado anglers can appreciate the bluffy desert surroundings. You get that at Clear Lake, but then you turn your head to the other side and there are just mats of weeds and vegetation and then brush. And even the 15-inch bass that come out of that water, bro, they're wearing a flannel shirt with shoulders and a beard. These things are so strong. It is insane, the bite that comes out of there. Homeboy,
Ever.
what's that?
I say you can pretty much fish whatever style you want.
100% Clear Lake, depending on where you want to go, and you can fish that type, right? You can fish whatever you want. So I'm hearing here that my homeboy Jay says he just got off Stanley. He got his 19 and his 18. Jay, you're going to get your master angler, buddy. There you go. You know what sucks is that I was on a field op this morning at Stanley Lake, and we had stingy fishing. We only had, 2 or 3 fish between 3 guys. It was tough going. So that is awesome to see. I guess the evening bite was on there. Good to see, Brother Jay. Yeah, get that in there because Joe and I already got our master angler. So, we've been giving him a lot of shit. We got our patch. Where's yours, man?
Yep.
So does New Mexico do that? Do they do like a master angler thing down there?
Not that I am aware of.
I was going to say, I've never heard of it until I got to Colorado. It's kind of goofy.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
I mean, it's right here. Not that I let it get too far from the camera or anything. No, your first one that you send in for the year, you'll get a patch, Colorado Master Angler, and then they send you a certificate that tells you, you show them the picture and such. It tells you what lake, your name, that whole thing. Now, if you submit because you have to reach a certain size fish per species. You don't get any more patches, but you'll get certs based on the other fish that you catch.
Maybe they do have this in New Mexico, actually. I know they were doing one for like if you catch every species in the lake.
Oh, wow.
Photo or something, you get something, maybe a patch or something like that. I know they did something similar.
Nice. So Jay's saying that, the storm's out there. Look at you, man. I didn't even know you were going today, buddy. It's good to see. By the way, congratulations, Brother Jay. They are expecting, and Jay is going to be adding another girl to his batch. So he is going to have now 4 girls and his wife. And this man is, so next year he won't see his kayak because the little one's coming in February. But the years after, he's going to need this kayak so bad.
It's going to be a necessity.
Absolutely. So that is so cool. Awesome stuff, Jay. Good to see you, man. Appreciate it. All right, buddy. Well, listen, Chance, I can't thank you enough, dude, for coming in here and chatting here. The one last thing. Okay, hang on. He's hit me. By the way, Gene, that 19 was on the third cast, first fish on that new Kistler rod you got. The Argon rod with the magnesium reel. Hell yeah. So now you know how it's going to handle the biggins.
Yep.
Good stuff. Nice job, Jay. So yeah, man. Last thing before we let you go here and let you out of here. Without support, and we obviously know your wife and your family supports you. To let you go do these things. That is a major, major key. Without our families and our support system behind us, none of this stuff can be possible. They give us the time to go do this. They let us have this ridiculous hobby that gets very expensive. But also, from time to time, there is equipment that's involved. Do you have anybody that's been working behind you that's been, helping you kind of, ease some cost or at least getting you on the right type of baits and such that you like? Or has that not come to fruition yet?
So, I haven't really reached out or looked around too much, but Chris Klein has made me some killer stuff. Yeah, with Dead on Baits, he's made me.
I was going to say Dead on Baits.
Yeah,
good stuff.
Stuff like I don't even want to say it, just some super cool baits.
Yeah. No, he does custom work. So yeah, get a hold of Dead on Baits. Talk to Chris, and yeah.
Painting work on hard baits is unbelievable. He's made me some custom soft plastic. Just super cool stuff. But yeah, aside from that, not really. I just I'll throw what I like.
I love it. I love it. Good stuff. All right, brother. Well, listen, I know this won't be the last time. We'll have you back here. And as we start getting closer to this, to September and such, we'll start chatting even more. Anthony and I have been talking. We want to keep the fishing vibe, going as well, talking outdoors, and what better way than to also help the club out down there a little bit by giving a platform here. So we're definitely going to be doing more stuff with New Mexico bass. So yeah, man, it's going to be fun. And come September, looking forward to that state. Have to keep me in the loop with what goes on that team deal. Maybe we'll have you come back in here and talk to us about how that went. We'll get you and Anthony in here, and because I'm interested to see how that goes.
Me too, dude. I love the team stuff.
Who's your teammate? Who are you going in with that?
Nobody knows. It's random.
It's a random draw for teammate? So cool.
Yep.
So cool.
Yeah, we did it last year too with the Derby series, which me and Eric ended up winning it. But it's cool because, you have somebody like, I think I had all 5 of our fish. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh.
Even if one person has a real good day, you could still pull it off. But when you have 2 people going against, like someone who's kind of carrying, it gets, it's like, you're like hoping your teammate can catch them, or, it's just like, hey, help me cull this, 14 or
vice
versa.
So I've been involved in some team deals where it was best 6 fish, and you had to submit the best 3 from each angler go into the deal.
I like that.
Tourney X has that kind of ability to select that format out for the directors. They can select it.
One person can't just carry the whole thing.
Yep. One guy has a phenomenal day, another guy doesn't. So good stuff though. It is always fun to try something different though, man, in different formats and
format. That's a good, like, you have to submit 3. If you don't, it's 0s on the board.
Yeah.
I like that a lot more.
Cool. All right, brother. Well, listen, man, I'll let you get back to the family and such. Appreciate you cutting out some time on a Sunday night here, and we'll be definitely having you, I'm sure, back again. We'll be chatting and trying to figure out how you keep taking all my damn money.
Dude.
Well, hang out here for me real quick. Stay in the green room after we roll this out, and we'll wrap this up once we're done here. Alrighty?
Alrighty.
Cool. All right, folks, you know the routine. We appreciate you guys. We can't keep doing this without you. Actually, we can, but we don't want to. So yeah, the likes and subscribes, that's a big deal here. Go out, check out New Mexico Bass. Go give them a follow and so forth. And actually, I'm an idiot here. I completely forgot. If you have an Instagram, get over to Instagram. Follow Chance over there. If you want to see some cool content, he puts up some good videos, get some good pictures up there. It's at Chance Hubbard Fishing on Instagram. You can follow him there and keep up with all the cool stuff that he's got brewing in there. And so next week, I want to let you know that there's a 95% chance there won't be a show next week unless I can get something recorded between now and then. I've got some family business that I have to take care of. It's going to put me on the road traveling. And therefore, the Double S probably won't be going off next Sunday unless we get a quick interview in early this week here that we can just schedule to record there. Appreciate your understanding on that as we take care of some things that we need to take care of. And we'll be back the following week. For sure, we'll be back at it and keep things rolling. Hey, get outdoors, right? If you're doing good, if you're in a good spot, call a buddy, do your buddy check on each other, make sure that your friends and your family are doing well here. It doesn't take much just to reach out with a phone call or a text or go grab a beer, grab a coffee, grab lunch, whatever it is. Do your part there and help us keep people going in the right direction and keep that darkness and the voices away. All right, folks, we're going to roll this out of here. Tight lines. God bless. Take care of each other. We'll see you.